Welcome. I'm Mark Norseth, a teaching artist at the Honolulu Museum of Art. In this video, I'll be explaining some of the things that an artist looks for when viewing a painting in a museum. We're fortunate to have a Van Gogh in our collection, and so let's have a look at it and see if we can get to know it better. Let's start with the basics. When first viewing a painting, I like to position myself in the center and far enough away so that I can see the painting and the frame in my field of vision. From here, I can appreciate the picture as a whole, which is the artist's intention, but then I can move in closer if I need a closer view.
You're too close to the Van Gogh. Please stand behind the line.
But it's only a reproduction. Just like a house, good paintings have an intentional organization. An artist will attempt to create a unified structure, and this unity is felt when the different parts of the painting work together to create a satisfying whole. Today, I will be pointing out three methods of creating unity that I see at work in this painting. The first will be balance. When first looking at this painting, your eye will probably be searching for a starting point, a place to enter into it. Knowledgeable painters understand this. Here, because of the use of light and dark, I find my eye rests first at the central haystack. Because it's large and it's bracketed by the dark shadow on the right and the line at the edge of the field here. You may notice it more if you squint your eyes, which is something painters often do to simplify what they're looking at. You can also use the decorative elements of the frame in the corners, here and here, and midway between them, here and here, as clues to how Van Gogh arranged the parts of the painting. I use these lines like crosshairs, and they show how Van Gogh has intentionally positioned the haystack off-center. Now, this makes the painting seem more natural, but it also puts the painting distinctly off balance. So, our eye naturally falls on this off-center haystack, but pretty soon, in a search for balance, you'll notice your eye is looking for another place to go. And that is what's fun about Van Gogh's painting. There's a natural division of space that has been known to artists for centuries, and it appeals to the eye. One way to find that is to take the height of the painting along here as a measurement, and then turn that measurement 90 degrees, going this way. Now, when I do so, I find that we end up with a division line right here. Now, we've now taken our rectangular canvas and divided it into a square. And artists know that a viewer finds a certain satisfaction in things placed somewhere along this point. Van Gogh certainly knew this because he's placed a very strong point of attraction right here. And it's strong enough with its combination of an almost pure white and brilliant red surrounded by darks to create a weight that your eye is attracted to. You can squint at the painting and test this. From the haystack over to this point on the horizon, we have a unifier that you will observe provides a balance to the composition. But we get to here and our eye is still hungry, so where to next? Well, there's another point of attraction, a bit weaker, that's drawing my eye across the horizon to this dark and light contrast, which includes the same bright red and white, but less so than the former one. As I travel visually to it, I see a triangle being formed because the next attraction is back here to the haystack. This is a very clever means of unifying the canvas and not unusual for artists in Van Gogh's time. You can find similar strategies used in other paintings right in this gallery. The second aspect of unity is consonants, which can be thought of like the echoing of a shape, pattern, or color. For example, visitors often comment about the brushstrokes of this painting, and they're correct. The brushstroke style works as a terrific unifier and an example of consonants. But there's another, more subtle consonance that I think may be at work as well, and that is the repetition of this shape in the top of the haystack, right here, and the clouds right above it. Can you see how close these shapes are? By echoing them, the foreground and background are subtly connected together. I'll be demonstrating this for you later. And finally, I'd like to show unification by color. This is probably the easiest to get a handle on, and it's the deliberate repeating of a color to unify a painting. In this case, Van Gogh made a use of a bright red, which we can find inserted or woven into many areas. In the large shadow, you can observe Van Gogh's use of what artists call broken color. That is, putting colors side by side to create a color effect, or actually a vibrancy, instead of the usual method of mixing them together on the palette. And from there, you can track the reds throughout the painting, here, here, and here. I'll be demonstrating this form of unity later as well. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation and that it helps you to view the paintings with more pleasure and understanding. In the next video, we will demonstrate how to apply these principles of unity into oil paintings.